number 9 looks like this. I'm just going to change the numbers. So I'll leave x there and I'll just change this to 10. So you have to still do it by yourself. We're going to label. So we're going to label this the hypotenuse. Our reference angles here, across is here, opposite, and adjacent. So in looking at this triangle, we have the angle, we are looking for a side. So we're using the hypotenuse and we are looking at the adjacent. Those two things are going to be what helps us decide if we use so, ka, or toa. So, ka, and toa are reminding us of our ratios, opposite over hypotenuse, adjacent over hypotenuse, so that's the one we're looking for, A and H. So we're going to use cosine. Cosine of 37 degrees, because here the angle always goes next to the word, equals adjacent 10 over x. Okay, so this is probably something we could set up. The next step is to put a 1 under it. And you can replace it now or afterwards with a decimal. So we have cosine of 37. I like to, after we set up, we're going to replace with a decimal. So I'll pull up my calculator. I'm going to take 37. Now we're going to look at how we're writing it to decide if we push cosine or cosine inverse. So looking at what we have written, it's exactly how we put it in the calculator. So cosine is what we're going to push, not inverse. Inverse is when you're trying to separate the x from the word cosine. So push cosine, you get 7986. 7986. So what we'll do is replace this with 7986. So here's what we're going to have. We have 0.7986 over 1 equals 10 over x. So I recopied everything, but I replaced the decimal with the cosine. So now it's just a cross multiplying problem. So we're going to multiply, so 0.7986 x times x equals 10. You're still going to use the same decimal if you do the problem. You'll just use 11 because we changed it from 10 to 11. So just like we have 2x equals 10, we'll divide by 2 to get rid of it. We're going to divide by the decimal. Works with the same rule. And we'll just use a calculator. So it'll be bigger than 10 because dividing by a decimal makes a bigger number. 10 divided by 0.7986 is 12.5. So x is 12.5. So to recap, we label it, then we set up our ratio. We change it to a decimal, and I'm planning to make a video to explain where we get those decimals for those who are interested, but it won't be required. Then we cross multiply, solve for x, get x alone. That would be our third step. And I wish I could write neater. Hopefully that helps. Have a good one.